Om Shanti and good morning. Think about maybe a decade ago, I was interacting with somebody and he had a question. He was saying that it is wonderful to meditate, take out time for yourself and then practice meditation. But the thing is, what should I look for when I become a regular meditator, and I've been meditating for quite some time? What is it that I should look for within myself? That what kind of changes I should look for? Would I be able to experience a lot of things when I meditate? I said, when you practice meditation, probably you will have a lot of wonderful experiences and peace and love and all sorts of things. But the main result of meditation is your life. The transformation that you will experience as you are interacting with the world. Many a times the image that we have for meditation is disconnecting from the world and sitting somewhere in solitude and trying to concentrate. And that image for a lot of people is very difficult. A lot of people come up and say, "Sister, I don't think so I can sit and concentrate so much." Meditation should be very easy. It should be that easy that you could do it as you're walking, moving, eating, talking, interacting. You're able to meditate. Because we're thinking all the time. If you're able to replace those thoughts with nice, pleasant thoughts, thoughts which empower you, recharge you, and I think that is what is meditation in action. I could be meditating for hours together in somewhere, and then when I come into action, in interaction with the world, I'd find that there is not much of a change. Then that is not meditation then. Meditation means transformation. There has to be a transformation in your attitude. Transformation in the way you see the world. Transformation in the way you think. There's a whole lot of mundane thinking, every day. So practically, when I see changes within me, where something which seemed very difficult till yesterday, I don't find that difficult now. And I'm able to tell myself, it's okay, it doesn't really bother me that much, and I'm able to let go easily. I'm able to forgive much more better. I'm not holding on to things even though it's not happening now. And that's when I know meditation is working. Relaxation is not a thing that I look for in meditation. You can relax if you take a walk down the beach, or you listen to nice music, you go to a spa, or just go for a vacation. Probably, I think, you can relax, but we're not looking for relaxation. Of course, you will relax when you transform. A true relaxation is in what you think. I remember somebody calling me up and saying, "Sister, I need to take a break from my work and I'm going to Goa." I said, "Yeah, please go ahead, but why now? I mean, all of a sudden, it's not really a vacation or anything for your kids." He said, "I'm very stressed out because I'm not able to get along with my colleague." I said, "Well, what's wrong?" He said, "My colleague, I have issues with him because he's very close to my boss, and then, it gets all messy, So I want to take a break. So I'm going to Goa." I said, "Okay, please go." So he went to Goa, I think just about a couple of days. I mean, he went there for quite a long time, a whole week probably. He called me and he said, "Sister, can you give me some thoughts to relax myself?" I said, "But you went there to relax, no?" He said, "Yeah, I came here to relax, but I'm going to the restaurant, I'm going to the beach, I'm going to the hotel, I'm going everywhere, but the only person I'm remembering is my colleague." I carry my problems along with me. The problem is not out there, it's somewhere inside me. It's there inside. So if I don't learn to transform from within, I'd always find a way not to relax. There'll always be something that will bother me. There'll be something which will create a havoc in my mind. I know this is the sessions for you is under the theme of leadership, and the other day I was just sharing with a small group, and I remember going to one company and they asked me to speak on leadership, and there was this person who heads one department. He got up and he said, "Sister, I've read so much of literature on leadership. I think I must have read everything about leadership. So what is Brahma Kumari's take on leadership?" I said, "It's very simple. Leader is someone who does not think too much. Not as much as it's enough. If you invest too much and get very little, you're not a leader. You're investing very little, but you get a lot. You're very smart. We need smart leaders. I'm not saying that you don't do anything and sit back and relax and make people work. No, I'm not talking about that. You're not thinking too much. Like, I give this example. Like, there's this bottle here. Now I pick up this bottle from here and I place it here. How many thoughts do I require for this action? I pick up this bottle and place it here. How many thoughts? Yeah? How many do you think? 10? 10 thoughts? One is enough? Yeah? I pick up this bottle and place it here. That's about it. One thought. Now I have been given this task to pick up this bottle and place it here, and I'm picking up this bottle and I'm thinking, why is it only I have to do it, and why can't others do it, and what's going on? How many thoughts? 30 thoughts in the place of one. Won't I lose energy? I will. I will. So when I come into action with the world, I'm discharged because I'm thinking too much. Like you're sitting here, I'm sure very comfortably, when you're sitting here and you're thinking about something else other than what you have to think here. When a thought cannot be followed by an action, it's a waste thought. It's not going to be productive, it's not purposeful, it's not meaningful. And so what happens is you're getting discharged. We're so used to thinking and thinking about everything so much that we start making things very difficult. So when we start finding things easy, it's not that complicated, and if it can be done, it's not that difficult. When I start feeling that, then I know I'm really meditating. When I find things difficult, and all the time when you meet people, when they start talking, they always say, it's so difficult, and I'm trying hard to get things done and it's not happening. That means I'm thinking too much. How do I not think too much? It's very simple. You're all sitting here comfortably. I'll give you a thought now, a very simple thought. Sitting here, take a thought. Now you might be having many random thoughts at this point of time, but you're going to replace all of that with just one pleasant thought. That you're going to think that everybody who's sitting here in this auditorium, everybody who's sitting in this Harmony Hall, they should all go back from here taking something that will benefit them. Whatever their aim is, they should be able to achieve it. Can you take that thought for everyone? Yes? Yeah. Just for a split of a second, sit back, relax yourself, and take this thought. Whoever is sitting here, some I may know, and most of them I don't. But for this moment of time, I'm taking a thought that everyone should achieve whatever they aim for. And let them have that courage and the determination to reach it. And the time they spend here, let it be productive, that they take something back home which will help them to grow and to become better individuals. I wish for all of them, from the depth of my heart, thank you. You could do that? Yes or no? Was it difficult? No? It was easy? Meditation over. That's about it. You can do that, right? If you keep on replacing your thoughts all through the day. Now, once you've learned this, I would want you to do this in the whole day. Can you do that? I'm not saying all the time, because you will be hearing and interacting with people around, but beach mein, whilst you're going around, like you're walking down from here to the dining, you go into your room, you're just taking a thought that everybody, whomever I'm seeing, I'll wish them good. I wish everything is good for them. And when you go to your room, you're bringing all your family members in front of you. They're not there with you, but you bring them in front of you. And you're wishing them well. From your heart. What you do, when you blend meditation into your life, it becomes you. You can't take out chunks of time and sit on top of Himalayas. Is it possible? If you were to go and sit on top of Himalayas, you'll be remembering everything else than meditation. You can't disconnect from the world. You have to connect to the world better, more charged. I remember quite a few years ago, somebody called me and they said, "Sister, my daughter, and I need to bring her to you. We have a lot of issues with her, and I think probably she needs counseling and things like that, and most probably meditation too." So I said, "Okay, bring her along." His wife brought her along, and as soon as she sat there, he started, they started talking, and he said, "Sister, the mother said she is such a pain. She was third highest in 10th class. She scored really good marks and all. And then she got into this intermediate course to study mathematics. And the very first year, she failed in 3 subjects. So what is her plan? We really want to know. Does she really want to continue with this mathematics, or she wants to go for sciences? What is it? I don't know. And इसने तो नाक कटवा दी, she goes on and on. The thing is, मेरे भाई के सामने तो मैं मुंह दिखाने हालत नहीं है मेरी. The thing is, my brother's children are all IIT and all that. So I was listening. I said, when will she stop talking about it so that I can interact with this girl? And in between she'll say, "Didi, आप इनको पूछ लो कि mathematics करना है कि science में जाना, पूछो." I look at her. Now this girl has no expression at all. I look at her and say, "Ramya, you want to continue with this or you want to take science? What do you want to do?" No, she has no expression. And then after a while, the mother will say, "Ask her whether she wants to do meditation. Learn meditation." But Ramya, तुमको meditation करना है? You want? She's not really interested in this conversation at all. Most probably she's not even interested to come and sit with me also. See, this went on for 3 days, and I didn't hear that girl speak even one word. And the 4th day, the father called me and he said, sister, my wife won't be able to accompany my daughter today. I thought, good. But he said, I'll be coming along, and I want to talk to you before you talk to my daughter. I said, okay, please come along. And I thought, now he will tell his story. But as soon as he said, my wife must have briefed you everything. I said, yeah, a lot of briefing. And then he said, I just want to let you know that she was born 1989 or something, 1989, and at 9:20 a.m. I said, okay. And when she was born, sister, my fortune got awakened when she was born. I said, really? Yes. Something happened to me that everything I would touch, I would become lucky. I became that. I said, I see. So sister, she's a diamond. I said, yeah? Yeah, she's a diamond. And I bought her to you only to get polished. But she's a diamond. वो जो सोचेगी ना वो करके दिखाएगी. She just has to put a mind to it and she'll do it. And I am so grateful to God that I have her as my daughter. He's so happy. And he's talking. I said, wow, I want to listen to it more. And then gently I peeped to see his daughter, and she was sitting there. Now expressions have changed. Tears are rolling down. And she caught hold of her father's arm, pulled her father to her, and she started saying, Papa, मैं करके दिखाएंगे, Papa, मैं करके दिखाएंगे. I'll do it and show it to you. Meditation is to see diamonds. Do you know how to see diamonds? In everyone. There's a spark in everyone. In all the layers that we see, we're able to penetrate through those layers and see that spark. And when you see that spark, you're relieved. There's nothing to think about. If you get caught up in those layers, and that is when you start thinking too much complications. To simplify life is to think less. Most times we can make things very simple. Yeah? When we meditate, when you're thinking very less. I remember somebody coming up, and both of them were really feeling very bad. And they said, sister, the thing is, we've come to a point where we think we lost our brother. He's alive, but both the sisters were crying. And I said, why are you crying? He said, the thing is, his job took him to Mumbai, and not much interaction, and now we are disconnected. I said, well, what happened? He said, there was a little get-together, and our sister-in-law, they are 5 sisters and 1 brother. So they dote on him. So all 5 of them are in Hyderabad, and that brother is in Mumbai. He's working there. And he's married. He must be in his 30s, and all his sisters are in the 50s and 60s. A lot of gap. So they had a mother's anniversary, so they would all get together and had a little function or something like that. And it just so happened that the sister-in-law walked up to all these 5 sisters, and they said, mom's saris are there. So many of them in the cupboard. You can take them, no? So they're just lying there waste for the past couple of years, so you can take them. So all the 5 sisters said, oh, lovely. We didn't think about that. So they walked into the mother's room, and they're trying to pick up the saris in there, and the sister-in-law walks in again, the young one, walks in, and she says, oh, I forgot to tell you all, please take only those saris which you must have presented to your mother. They don't remember what they presented to their mother and when. But they felt very bad. This is my mother's room, my mother's saris, and we have a right to take all the saris and go. Who is she to tell what we have to do? Now that ancestral property is in the son's name. So then they got upset. And what do sisters do? They started calling each other continuously. And then they started crying. So look at the way we are treated in our own home and things like that. So one of the sisters got a call from the brother, and he called and said, Didi, how was the function? Do you like it? She herself, my wife herself, she went and bought all these gifts for you all, and she's so much happy that I hope you like all those gifts and all. And she said, what kind of gifts are there anyway? What gift did we get by coming to your house? We were insulted. Your wife insulted us in our own home. She went on and on and on. And the brother said, it is very difficult to please you all. And he banged the phone down. And he's not picking up the phone at all for the past 2 months. So they both are crying. Both two sisters had come to me and they both are crying and crying. And actually the first thing is the work that took him there, and then this wife, this sister-in-law has taken our brother away from us. And they're crying and crying. So I understood whatever I would say. I don't think so they will be able to take it at that point of time, because they really want me to agree with them in everything. So I just said, since I've come into Brahma Kumaris, I have learned to lie a lot. They looked at me and said, what? You lie, sister? I said, I lie a lot. Why? Why should you lie? And I said, you know what? Sometimes I get couples, young couples, old couples, whatever, they're fighting with each other. And when they come and they sit and they shout at each other, I tell them, look, I can't hear over each other's voice. So how about you coming in the morning and you come in the evening, and we will interact differently, Let's see. I always do this. That let's say the husband comes in the evening, and I tell the husband, your wife had come in the morning. He'll say, yeah, I know that. She came and she spoke such nice things about you. She might have never said anything nice. But what is there to tell a lie, eh? So I said, such beautiful things about you, and she said you're this and you're that and all that. And it's always been the case. And this husband will look at me and say, Didi, actually हमारे बीच में कोई problem ही नहीं है नहीं, बस छोटी छोटी बातें है, बस और कुछ भी नहीं. I said, yeah, nothing actually. And after a while, the wife will call me and she'll say, Didi, there's a lot of change in him after he sat with you. मैंने कुछ नहीं किया, मैंने एक झूठ बोला, क्या प्रॉब्लम है? तो she's both the sisters and the sister, why are you telling us this? I said, क्या जाता है? What would you lose by simplifying your life? When he called you, how is it difficult to say, it was a beautiful function, wonderful gifts, we love your wife, we love you. कितना time जाता उसमें? The only thing is that, she's young, she doesn't know what to speak, and, it's between us. Just tell her not to talk like this, that's it. Otherwise, she's wonderful. Simplify, You will be able to get such kind of thoughts at the right time. If you're able to charge yourself again and again and again, you'll remember it. But or else you can flow in emotions and feelings and past and all sorts of preconceived notions. How much time does it take to get influenced by all of this? A second. So to simplify, I said that's exactly what you should have done. Because you're much older than him, so that's simple as that. Why do I complicate it by thinking so much about somebody or something or whatever has happened in the past? I bring it into action. Meditation gives you gifts that you can use it in your practical life. These are the small little glyphs that you will remember the right thing at the right time. You will be able to speak the right thing at the right time. I was mentioning the other day, somebody was working, and this man goes up to him, he's a team head. He goes up to him and says, hello, jaldi jaldi karo, boss ko gussa aayega. He looked at him and said, देखो, tone बदली करो. ऐसा नहीं बात करो. He said, क्या? What do you want me to say? कुछ नहीं करो, आराम से बैठे रहो. Is that what you want me to tell? I'm paid to tell you. So I'm going to tell you, just do it. Boss को गुस्सा आएगा, ये तो that is the truth. He said, no, tone बदली करना. So he said, okay, you tell me what I should say. He said, बोलो, जल्दी जल्दी करो, boss खुश हो जाएगा. Same thing, na? Same thing it is. the right way of presenting yourself. Because what you speak, what you do is your signature. I was flying from Hyderabad to Mumbai, and I had somebody sitting next to me. He was a Sikh, Sikh. And I think he was the busiest man on the plane. Why? Because he had 3 mobile phones and all were ringing. Each one he'll pick up and say, hello, haan, abhi nikal rahe, haan, pahunch jayenge, and all that. And the same information to all the other 2 phones with all different tunes. And then unfortunately for him, he got the middle seat, and he's very tall. So I offered to exchange, I was in the aisle, want to sit here? He said, no, I'm fine. But he was so restless in the 15-minute flight, restless, that he wants to jump out of the plane if he could. When we landed, we also got up, and it was a little confused. There was a little confusion because ऐसा था कि पीछे भी जो door है वो भी खुला है, यहाँ भी खुला है. We were right in between. So इस तरफ से जाएं कि इस तरफ से जाएं, and all that was going on. And there was this, this man, again his phones were ringing. So he's on the phone, and he said, अब भी पहुँच गए, अभी उतरने वाले, अब भी आ रहे. All that he is talking on the phone, and then he's telling on the phone, अभी मैं बाहर आ जाऊँ ऊपर, ये madam in front of me is not letting me go. That madam is me. My luggage got stuck in the overhead locker. It's not coming out. So then finally, he started, rushing through and going from the back door. I don't know what was happening. I walked out. I don't expect much from the air hostesses. Especially from Indian Airlines, they are standing with a gesture, But wo expression or a gesture don't match. The thing is, they have the gesture, but the face looks like, "Chalo, jaldi jao, ghar humko bhi jana hai," kind of a thing. So I was rushing past her, but then she stopped me. She said, Om Shanti. I said, what is it? I just turned around. I said, do you know Brahma Kumaris? She said, no. But how do you know? You have to greet me by saying Om Shanti. She said, I asked somebody, who is she? She's a nun, nurse, who is she? They said she's a Brahma Kumari, and they keep saying Om Shanti, Om Shanti. I said, okay. But I said, do you know what Om Shanti means? She said, no. I said, Om means I am. Shanti is peace. So I am introducing myself when I say Om Shanti, I am peace, and you reply by saying you are peace. I am peace, you are peace, no trouble please. Right? So she was very happy, and I was rushing out, and right behind he came now, the brother who's a Sikh, and she looked at him and she said, Sat Sri Akal. He stopped and started talking Punjabi with her. And she said, sir, I'm from Kerala, I don't know Punjab. But he said, you made my day, madam, you made my day. He said, she could stop the most busiest man on the plane and made his day. She will be paid by standing like that with no expression. She'll be paid. But she added color, fragrance, and spice in the most mundane job. That is how meditation in action is all about. You bring color in what you do. You have to do the same thing, but you add color that people remember you for. I don't know who she is, but I think it's been so many years ago, but I have mentioned her in so many programs because that was her signature. I remember somewhere else, in Hyderabad, not somewhere, in Hyderabad, I was in a diagnostic center, and I went to pick up an X-ray, and I see this couple standing there at the counter with the receptionist, and they were having a conversation. And the receptionist was getting really irritated. He's saying, sir, you got your reports, you got your X-rays, you got everything. Why do you want Ravi? Ravi is the receptionist usually who sits there, and he's not there that day. I said, why is it that you want Ravi now? So he said, no, usually he sits here, so we are missing him. Who misses a receptionist, really? And remember his name and everything. So that old man, he's telling him, no, when Ravi hands out our reports, on that brown envelope, he draws a flower and writes, have happy health. He doesn't get 1 paisa more. What has he added? Color, fragrance, and spice. Meditation is not just sit back and do nothing. It is about doing something with little color in it. Such a color that it becomes easy for me and easy for others. And others are able to see that it is so inspiring to do whatever you're doing. किसी को हमको देख के ये नहीं सोचना बाप रे it must be so difficult. If I learn the art of adding that color, like most of the times, when you go to a meeting or to whatever work that you go for, you will think about what all you need to take with you. Maybe a file, maybe pen drive or something, whatever. You might be planning of what things you need to take, and of course you need to plan that. But along with that, you should also plan, what do I take along with me today? Should I take patience, or should I take tolerance, or should I take ideas? Should I take compassion? What is it I require in this meeting today? Yeah, that's very much required. What are the qualities I would like to experience today? Because that is what is your color. That is what is your signature. And that is what people will recognize you for, and remember you for, and know you for. Because the same work a whole lot of people are doing. Somebody was telling me, sister, in the HR department, they organize these trainings and everything. I went to one place, and this man had this duty of placing that, everything in the table and then going away. He's actually the person in that town. There was nothing really, and his duty was to get an LCD projector there. The company did not have their own LCD projector, so he's a LCD projector man. So he'll come and bring it and set it and go. That's all he has to do. But what I observed was he was doing more than that. Somehow he doesn't have time, but he has the thought, he has that feeling, the right feeling, and he would contribute. He would see that everything is set on the table, and he will not fail to ask me. He doesn't have to ask me. He can just walk away, and that's fine. He'll stand there and he'll come and ask me, "Theek hai?" I'll say, "Main theek hu." He'll say, "Go walk up there." Yeah. "Can you see it?" Walk up till there, and so this parade would take place, and because they keep changing the hall every day, and it was a 10-day training there for all the employees. So I would keep changing each hall, and each hall he'll come, arrange it, and he'll make me take the parade around. Walk there, walk here. Can you see? Are you okay with it? You're fine with it? And he will bring a small little vase and put it there. Don't know where he would bring it. He'll keep it there and he'll go. He's not an employee of that company. He's not paid for that. He's only paid for that rent for that LCD. And it just so happened that everybody started missing him. Everybody said, "Arey, ye Ramarao kahan hai? Aaj nahi aaya, Ramarao nahi." How do we? It's like, he has to come so that we can start the session now. Because he will come and say, "Sabko theek hai? Ye theek." He became a very important person in that training. You might wonder, how is it that an LCD rent person? He became very important. In the 10 days, he was a friend to every group that was coming there. What touches others are your thoughts, more than what you speak, what you do. So when you meditate, you're taking your thoughts across. Everywhere you go, you carry your aura along with you. And it has an impact. It really has an impact. I remember somebody I met on the plane, and he was like, getting so angry and irritated because the plane was not taking off and they didn't put the AC on. Or maybe they put it on, it's not working. I don't know what it was. People are getting agitated. And this man next to me was so agitated, so agitated. And the person next to him also very agitated, because he brought agitation to the man next to him. Kept on reminding him, "See, the plane is late and we are going to reach late and they have not put the AC on and these people are miserable and this and that." So the other man who was quietly sitting, he also got home. Yeah, it's so bad, so terrible. And then he's just spreading that kind of bad news to everybody on the plane. People who are trying to sleep also awakened. And they start complaining, hey, air hostess, what are you doing? And then suddenly, just the row in front of us, there was this little 2-year-old boy. He's in a very playful mood. His head came up first, then his hands. Then he's looking at us and smiling, and then he will hide. Then he'll get up and see and hide. I said, what is he up to? He wants to play with us. And this man next to me, he started enjoying himself. He will also hide. He became a child. He started hiding behind. He'll take the magazine of that aeroplane magazine and hold like this, and then he'll do this. He is doing all sorts of things with the boy, and he'll hold the boy's hand. The time just passed by. Just that little boy with that smile. And the man next to him also joined. And he started asking, what is the boy's name? Where are you all from? What is good? If one smile, one uncontaminated attitude can change everything around. Imagine if I can do that. Somebody was telling me, sister, I haven't slept for many, many years. I've never had a relaxed sleep. I've never had. It's been ages. I don't think my whole life I slept well. Really? Never. I said, brother, have you seen a 3-month, 4-month, 1-year-old? What have you seen? How they sleep? Sister, that is what the kind of sleep I want. Baby-like sleep. I said, brother, you were never a baby, huh? You were a baby, na? Sometime before? Quite a few years ago, you were a baby. You have to go back to that. Meditation is to go back to who you were originally. A lot of people come up and say, sister, when I was in college, I had more concentration. When I was there, I had more patience. After I got into this workplace, I lost my patience. When I got married, I lost my tolerance, So the thing is, if I have that accumulating within myself, there's a spiritual bank inside. I should keep accumulating it. And the more I accumulate, I'm able to contribute that at the right time, at the right place. If I'm not able to contribute, what is the point of meditating? I don't understand. What is meditation at all then? Transformation. I'll give you an example. Before we try to experiment again with little meditation again. There was a couple who had come to meet me a couple of years ago, and he was talking about his wife a lot. He was talking a lot, and he said, sister, she's my wife, and it's been ages since I've seen her smile. I said, well, what happened? She and my mother have been fighting for the past 20 years. And I work hard and everything, and I go home and I see my wife is crying, my mother is crying. So what to do? Why am I earning? Why am I working hard to go home to such a family, and there's no, I can't relax at home because they both are so unhappy and everything. Please teach her to meditate so that she can start smiling and stop fighting with my mother. I said, but I want to hear from her also, her part of the story. So I looked at her. I said, aapko bhi kuch kehna hai? She said, no, nothing. I said, theek hai. Then I said, fine, that's not a problem. And then we were going to talk, and just then he got a call. I said, 2 minutes, benchi, baat karke aayenge. He went out. As soon as he went out, she got up from where she's sitting, and she came running and sat next to me. Sister, before he comes, let's talk. I said, what happened? Sister, he's right. I and my mother-in-law have been fighting for the past 20 years. He right hai. Ye sach hai. But the thing is, I'm not the problem. My mother-in-law is not the problem. He is the problem. मैंने कहा ये प्रॉब्लम है, यही प्रॉब्लम है. क्यों? ये क्यों प्रॉब्लम है? तो देखो बहन जी, I am sitting in my room and I'm crying. Some sort of a conflict has taken place and I'm totally mood off and I'm crying. What should he do? He should come and ask, अच्छा विमला क्या हुआ? देखो तुम्हारी मदर ऐसी है ना, मेरी मदर ऐसी है ना विमला, छोड़ दे. Oh, she has become old now. What she will change now in this age? I am there for you. Whatever you want, you talk to me. Don't do this. He should explain to me like that and pacify me. Now mother, she also has nobody. He should go to her. Mama, what happened? तुम्हारी बीवी ऐसी है ऐसी. Oh, मेरी बीवी तो ऐसी है मम्मा. उसके अंदर कोई पेशेंस नहीं है, जिद्दी है जिद्दी. इसको छोड़ दे, मैं हूँ ना मम्मा तुम्हारे लिए, आई एम देयर फॉर यू ना, सो डोंट वरी. He should do this. He will do nothing of these things and he'll stand there and say, be happy, be happy. कैसे हो सकता है? हाँ? When you are a meditator, you will know what to contribute where. He is instead tolerating there, which he doesn't have to. You don't tolerate, you contribute. You contribute the right thing at the right time. There's somebody who was working in IT in Hyderabad. She came up and she goes and shares with her husband. He's also in IT, but in a different company. So she went up and said, you know, this boss of mine, he's not letting me move forward. He's giving a lot of importance to the other man. He's, I think, you know, what is that? He has something against women or something. She goes on complaining to the husband and everything. One day the husband said, "Arey, chhod na job. Quit the job. You can't, you know, if you have to work in IT and all, you should have some sort of tolerance and all that. You have to work with so many people, so many different teams and all that. You can't just leave it. Quit the job." She heard him through and the next day she came to meet me. She said, "Sister, I am more angry with my husband than my boss now." So why? Because I don't want his advice. I want someone to listen to me. हाँ, कोई सुन के हाँ बॉस तो ऐसे है तो खराब है, हाँ हाँ करके बोले बस. I don't want anything else. I don't want your solutions. I don't want you to tell me leave the job. Why are you giving me advice? We don't want that. So I asked that husband, you know, you just listen, sister. I have no patience. मैं ऐसा नहीं होता है. I said, why don't you, you know, understand that she doesn't want advices? I said, sister, how to stop the conversation? Give advice and leave it. To be able to have the patience at the right time. That I can listen whatever I can and whatever I can do and speak one sentence. What happens is that we have so much insight, so many qualities, and we are not able to contribute it at the right time with the right person. We are speaking when we have to keep our mouth shut. We are keeping our mouth shut when we have to speak and appreciate. Somebody had come to the center and she told me, this man is from, by the way, is from the IT and all that. He runs his own IT company. So he came up and she came up and she said, sister, आजकल ऐसा हो रहा है, this man is like totally terrible and he doesn't treat me well and, you know, anger issues and all. I said, okay, so what happens? I wake up in the night and I feel like opening the balcony door and jumping from it. They live on the 3rd floor. I said, jumping from here? I want to jump. I said, this is terrible. So I called him and I said, Bhai Sahab, please, you do something, keep appreciating her. Or else, you know, if you don't do that, then we have to take him to her to a psychiatrist. She's not in the state of mind to meditate now. So we have to take her to a psychiatrist and all that. Please appreciate. You keep on saying, oh, lovely food, you made very good. Oh, you're such a wonderful person. कुछ तो बोलते रहो, तुम्हारे बिना तो क्या होगा, मेरा लाइफ ही नहीं है. ऐसा कुछ बोलते रहो. He said, मैं झूठ नहीं बोल सकता. मैंने कहा, wonder. मैंने कहा ऐसा थोड़ी होता है, हाँ? There must be something good in her. ऐसा थोड़ी होता है. तो क्या solution क्या है फिर भाई साहब? ऐसे थोड़ी आपको करना है, क्या solution है? You know what he told me? He said balcony को lock लगा देंगे ना. हाँ? So if we learn to contribute the right thing, it becomes simple. Life becomes very simple. So I told him, you have to appreciate, because it became more worse. After 6 months, I meet her again, and this time she has a different problem. I said, do you feel like jumping from the window, from the balcony or something like that? She said, no, I don't feel that now. Now I wake up in the middle of the night and I feel कोई stone लेके इन पर फेंक दूँ. I didn't tell him that. I never, till date, I have not told him. I said, no, Baba, this is very dangerous. So I said, sister, I will never do that, don't worry. But I am getting the thought. So much anger I am getting. So I told him, you have to appreciate. कुछ भी हो जाए, क्या भी हो जाए. Because the thing is, all of your energy is getting dissipated. Too much energy you're losing and coming home. So you're not able to contribute. So I would want you to take out some time for yourself. You need to meditate. It's very important. He said, okay. So he started doing little bit. Then I said, you start appreciating now. You have to. So one day he called up and sister, wonderful things are happening. Really? What happened? I want to I'll come and share. He came from work straight to the center. And he said, sister, I was thinking what I should appreciate it now, what I should And I remembered when I got married, I told her, I like cucumber cut long like this, not like this. And nimbu and salt on it, and that's how I like my cucumber. From that day till now, she's always cut cucumber like this. Never like this. Acha, so I went up, sister. I went up to her. She's busy cooking something. I went up and told her, see, Seema, sorry, what? You have always cut cucumber like this. Never like this for me. And you always have, put नींबू on it and salt निचोड़ सब आपने दिया. मैं कभी भूल नहीं सकता. कोई और हो तो बोल ऐसे ऐसे कट कर दे. तुम है ना, तुम याद करके तुम ऐसे कट करते. हाँ यहाँ जो खुश हो गई, बहन जी शाम का टाइम जाओ तो शी सो हैप्पी, चीयरफुल फेस, मीटिंग विद सो मच हैप्पीनेस. बहन जी इतना ही करना था क्या? इतना ही करना था, इतना ही था ना, और कुछ नहीं, इतना ही था. और आप उनको घुमा रहे साइकेट्रिस्ट के पास, यहाँ क्या जरूरत है, क्या जरूरत है? If I am able, that is only possible if I save energy, no? If I don't save enough energy at work, I'm finishing everything and I'm coming. Somebody came the other day and he said, I want to meditate. Why? He said, sister, by the time I go back home, it's 8 in the evening. He works in one of the high-tech city that side. So by the time I go back home, it's very late, 8:30, खाना खा के सोने का होता है. But my 3-year-old son is waiting for me. He waits for me to play with him. और मेरे में ताकत ही नहीं है. Physical ताकत को छोड़ो, mental ताकत भी नहीं. I want to meditate for that, so that I have enough energy to play with my son. You get what I'm trying to say? If we get tired here, thinking too much, our body gets tired also. 100% will get tired because the body listens to the mind first. अब कहेंगे थक गए, suddenly the pain will start. I don't think I can do it, and suddenly you will sit down as I can't do it. There's a boy back in Hyderabad, he's 20, and he's always on the couch playing, what is that one, PlayStation, something, he keeps playing at home. And the mother, she wants to go to the grocery store, chalo na, Rahul, jaake lekar. हाँ अभी नहीं मम्मी शाम को शाम. Every time he postpones. So she brought him to me. से बात कर, कुछ नहीं करता है, बैठे रहता है. So I said, राहुल तुम कुछ तो मदद कर मम्मी को. करने का दिल नहीं होते दीदी, दिल नहीं होता है क्यों नहीं? तुमको कोई हॉबी है कि नहीं? है. क्या हॉबी है? Sleeping it seems. टाइम मिलो तो sleep. So why if I take you and get all the MRI and CT scan all check, you're more healthier than your mother. Why can't you get up? I don't feel like. Because when you don't, if your thoughts are not energetic, if your thoughts are not breaking barriers and looking forward and wanting to reach somewhere, there is no energy in the body. There is no energy in the body. And every second you will count, and my God, kitna time beta, like I'm doing nothing. Your time gets extended when you think too much. कितने दिन से मेहनत कर, कुछ भी नहीं. 2 दिन ही होंगे पर आपको लगेगा साल भर कर रहे हो. I happened to tell somebody that you should meditate, and she said I have no time. So no time. सुबह को नहीं, शाम को नहीं. शाम को बैठ सकते ना 5 बजे, 5 मिनट तो, because she's also working. So she said, sister, full evening I'm in the kitchen cooking. So much cooking for 2 people. Lord, sister, so much work will be there, Unfortunately for her, the husband is standing next to her. He did like this to her. You're cooking full evening? Yeah. Am I not? Are you cooking? He said, no. But then if you're cooking, I'm thinking, who's watching all those TV serials? Who's talking to your sister for hours together? She said, I am only doing that. Then how come, sister, I feel I'm in the kitchen only whole day? Because you're thinking too much. You're thinking, I am the only one who's doing everything. मैं भी जॉब करती हूँ, आके भी बनाती हूँ, वो भी करती हूँ. कोई कप भी लेके भी सॉसर के वो सिंक में नहीं रखते, मैं मुझे ही करना पड़ता मुझे. When you think too much of what you do, you will feel your time is getting extended. But when you assimilate your thoughts and you meditate, you know you have a lot of time. Because you're more relaxed. And you're able to do things systematically. They're not all these thoughts, so many thoughts coming in and confusing you. You are accurate. And there's not so much of menace, but it becomes simple. We'll do an exercise now. Now we'll take a little thought. In this thought, you're going to see everybody, like the good wishes that you gave, now for the family members. The charity begins at home. Bring all your family members in front of you with your eye of your mind. Bring all of them, but see them like diamonds. You've heard the class today, no? That how we roll beautiful stars, beautiful souls. See all of them like little dots. Like this, the body is just fading away to the background, and you just see the souls. And now you give good wishes. It could be even someone that you're very grateful to, someone you're finding it very difficult. There could be people that you cannot get along with, but you're going to invest this time in sending the right kind of thoughts towards them. Shall we try that? Sit back. In these few minutes of silence, I take a thought to charge myself. This is my time, this is my moment. And this little conversation with myself, I remind myself that I am a living diamond, precious, priceless, eternal, a point of a spark behind my eyes. And gently in front of the screen of my mind, I bring my family members, my colleagues, my friends, whomever I interact with. In each one of them, I see them as beautiful, peaceful sparks of lights. I see them all with a vision of pure love and acceptance. However different they may be. But for now, they're all diamonds, valuable in their own qualities, in their virtues. And I send across a good wish, a special wish, that they discover who they truly are and how much potential they have. I wish them courage, I wish them patience, and most of all, I wish them strength. And I wish that God's canopy of protection is always over them. That they remain safe, they remain happy and healthy. This I know, the contribution of this time to the people that mean a lot to me is the real contribution. Because what I think will reach faster than anything I say or do. I wish them well. And wishing good for everyone, I'm wishing good for myself too. That the path in front of me is beautiful. And something wonderful is surely going to happen. For God's hand of blessings is over me, and He is paving my path to move into my future. For I know success is my birthright. I stay in this awareness, and I stay in this moment. Om Shanti. You could do this? Yes? Yes or no? And you did it just for about 3-4 minutes. And that's meditation. You can just take out time and do it. When you do that, there is impact, there is result in it. I'll just share this a little experience that I have had personally when I started to meditate. This was back in 92. And I was going to the center to meditate and learn to meditate. And there was a sister there. She said, you give good wishes to people, you know. So I started giving good wishes, my parents and my sister and so on and so forth. And then one day I went and she said, give good wishes to people you don't like. I said, why? I said, no, you should. I said, see, when you don't like someone, they can mind their own business and we mind our own, no? So why should we bother, So she said, no, when you give good wishes, it is good for you. I said, okay. So at that point of time, there was this one girl that none of our classmates liked. She was very close to me, but then she did something very bad. I mean, in the sense, there was this final exam and she didn't pick up one of her friends. She was picking her up every day to the exam, and that day she didn't pick her up purposefully. Because she's a topper. That girl is a topper, so she wanted her to come late to the exam. That girl came 20 minutes late to the exam. The final exam coming 20 minutes late to an exam where she's always stopped. It's very bad. So everybody said, stop talking to this girl. I'll call her Rani, let's say. So just stop talking to Rani. So I stopped talking to her and everybody stopped talking to her. So when you stop talking to somebody, people in between come and carry tales, Most of it might not be true, but then they start telling a lot of things. So anyway, I wasn't very happy about her. So what happened was, I started giving good wishes to her, which was very difficult because I started remembering all the nasty things she must have said or what she must have done to others. So it was very difficult, and for that time, I wasn't comfortable if she was in the same room also. It was like that. So I started giving good wishes to her. I thought at that point, this is like hugging thorns. इसमें कोई फ़ायदा ही नहीं है, that girl is not going to change. So I remember telling the sister in the center, this is like hugging thorns. She said, thorns will become flowers. I said, buds will become flowers. Thorns कहाँ बनेंगे? I thought that is very illogical. But then like just upcharikta, just like formality because the sister has told. So I would do it just like that, give good wishes and all. And I would think that, probably you do all this when you turn 60, I'm only 20, so why should I do all this? But then I thought it's nothing wrong doing it. So every day I would do it. Every day without fail. I'll remember her, give good wishes. Remember, give good wishes. It went on for a while. The first thing I noticed, I don't know how many months, 6 months, I don't know how many months later, I didn't want to talk bad about her anymore because I had a lot of friends who would only talk bad about her. That is a conversation. That's the only thing that we would talk about probably. So when they would start the topic, I said, just stop it and let's not talk about Rani. Let's talk about something else. I wasn't interested in talking about her anymore. That's the first thing that I noticed. The second thing was I started remembering how nice she was with me at one point. She wasn't always bad. She has some good qualities too, I started remembering. The third thing what I noticed was, because we have a lot of common friends, I would always see her there somewhere, I'd go up and say hello. She never responded very well, but I would always go and say, hello, how are you, Rani? Everything's fine and all that, long time no see, whatever. Just talk and walk away. And this was going on. All my friends would say, stop talking, don't go and say hello and things like that. I was taking a plane from Hyderabad to Chennai. At that time, the embassy was there for a visa. I was going. So I told a friend of mine, who was an air hostess on the plane, and I told, I'm going in this plane. She said, I'll take the same plane which you are taking. But Rani was also an air hostess by then, and she was flying in the same plane. That we came to know after we got onto the plane. And this friend of mine, she comes up and she says, who's serving in business class? I said, I saw. Rani is serving, no? She said, don't look at her, don't say hello to her. Do you understand that? Because they don't talk. They also don't talk to each other. So whenever I would go to pick her up, sometimes in the airport, and the ground staff would make fun. They'll say, if both of them will get the same plane on the roster, it's fire in the air. It was very fun. And you know what? Somehow, coincidentally, both of them were there on that Kandahar flight, which was hijacked. Yeah, it was Hyderabad crew was there, wasn't it? So anyway, so I was on the plane and I said, no, I'm not going to talk to her. It's okay. So when we landed, I was getting off the plane and she was standing with a namaste. And I felt, oh my God, how rude it will be. I know her. Old time's sake. I should look at her and say, at least acknowledge and smile, no? अच्छा नहीं लगता है ना? I was thinking, but that girl is watching me from behind. If you look at her and smile, so what I'll do? So I was getting off. We've not been in touch for quite some time. Just getting off, and I see her. She just looked at me and she pulled me towards her and she hugged me. And she said, Radhika, it's been so long and we've lost touch. Your phone number has changed or what? What's going on? She was so happy to see me. And then she said, just stand by me. Just stand here 2 minutes. In those days, they would give the sweets, no, in Indian Airlines. They would give sweets, maybe to open up your ear or something. So she said, you like coconut sweets? I have it with me and, I'll give it to you. I said, you can give? I said, yeah, I can give you. So she had a small little, packet of sweets and she gave me and she said, you take it and keep in touch. And so as if nothing happened between us. Nothing, like we don't even remember anything. I went and I was in the hotel there and the other friend, the hostess, she called me. She said, Radhika, you're in touch with Rani, no? I said, no, I'm not. Don't tell lies. You're in touch with her. You're meeting her or you're on the phone with her. No, I'm not. I'm not on the phone with her. I don't meet. No, you are. Don't tell lies. How did she hug you then? I said, I don't know why she hugged me, but I'm not in. She said, I will not believe you. You're in touch with her. And she banged the phone down on me. Now I sat down and I started thinking, oh really, I'm not in touch with her. And I said, no, I am in touch with her. I don't meet her. I'm not on the phone with her, but I am thinking about her and sending good wishes. Good wishes works like magic. It works like magic. I was in a company in Delhi, and the sisters there have been going and doing these programs regularly in that company. And so it's a Hero Cop, some company there. So, and I went there. There was this manager, he comes up and he says, sister, I want to share my experience. I said, yeah, please share. He said the sisters had come and spoke about this good wishes and things like that. I had a terrible boss. terrible boss. So, if I do something on my own, he'll come and say, why didn't you ask me? If I ask him, he'll say, you can't even do things on your own. A very complicated boss. So, nothing I can do. I started giving good wishes. Not because, he has to do good for me, but because he should be more calmer and stress-free so that he can behave well, it will be nice. So I started giving good wishes and good wishes. So much changes have happened in him. And I said, how much time? He said, 8 months to laga, but he's changed. He's so changed. And I love working with him. I said, wow, brave up. The same person you find it so difficult, it has changed. Because what you think will reach the person, if you don't like me, let's say you're sitting there, it's okay. But if you don't like me, won't I know? I'll know. You don't have to make a face. You don't have to say, why are you sitting there? You don't have to make a face, but I can get the feeling. Like, let's say somebody comes up to you and says, hello, you're so wonderful, you're such a great person, you're so lovely. Won't you know whether they mean it or not? Won't you know? You will know. If someone doesn't like you, you will know. If someone likes you, you will know. Thoughts. So if I'm sending across thoughts like that, this is meditation action. You don't just meditate for yourself, of course, but the minute you contribute, you become. In Hindi it is said, de daan to chute grahana. Dana, not just physical things, but through your mind. If you're able to donate through your mind, you're able to free yourself from a lot of negativity. You actually create a canopy around you, a protection around you, an aura around you, which will help you to be safe. This is more like, someone who's in Delhi, right? And it's very hot there in summer. And let us say somebody called up from Mount Abu. And they'll ask you, अरे भाई ऐसा सुना है गर्मी बहुत है. But for you, you are in an AC room when you sleep. When you wake up, it's AC. You get into the car, which is AC. You get into the office, which is AC. So when this man from Mount Abu calls you and asks you, बहुत गर्मी है ना दिल्ली में, आप कहेंगे कब? हाँ गर्मी है. Let me see, and you will see the weather in Delhi. Because you're always in the AC. It's not touching you. Yeah? So in the same way, whatever the situations are, whatever is going on around you, but you will be in an air-conditioned situation. And to be in an air-conditioned situation is such that nothing will touch you. It's there. You're aware of it. Garmi hai, but it won't touch you and bother you, no? And that is the kind of safety we have to create now. We can't escape from things. How long can we escape from things? We have to be where we have to be, but we have to charge ourselves to that extent. But that's not going to happen overnight. Na? It's not going to happen like today, aap soch liye, kal ho gaya. Aisa nahi hota hai. It takes time. I'll tell you one little anecdote and I'll end the session. There was this lady, she was, looking for some sort of solution for her angry husband. So she found a mantragar. Mantragar means a magician type person. She went to this magician and she said, magician, make a magic potion for my husband so that when he drinks it, only peaceful thoughts and love and affection should come from him. So the magician said, yeah, I'll make a nice magic potion for him. But the thing is, you should get a whisker of a lion. Whisker of a lion? Yeah, get it and I'll make it for you. She said, where would a lion be? So outskirts of her town, there's a forest. It seems a lion comes and drinks water there. So she went and waited and that lion really came at around 4 o'clock or something. And from a distance, she watched the lion and came back home. Every day she would go and watch the lion and come back home. But every day she'll take 2 steps forward, 2 steps forward. In 6 months, she came very close to the lion. And the lion got used to human presence. And she went up to the lion and plucked its whisker. The lion said nothing. Take, no problem. So he took the whisker and came and gave it to the magician. The magician, now make the magic potion for my husband. He examined it and he said, oh my God, this is a whisker of a lion. He said, yes, it is. And he left it to the air. She started crying I made so much effort for 6 months and then you take it and throw it into the air. What kind of a person are you? He said, Madam, if you could tame a wild animal in 6 months, what is your husband? Eh? Huh? Nothing really. It's as simple and easy as it is. But 2 steps at a time, you become a meditator and you simplify your life. Thank you so much for listening to me. Om Shanti.